The Fed started repo operations this week. This is the final warning before a crash. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy now. This confirms interbank lending has stopped and we're on the verge of a crash. Fed knows, the banks know, and now you know. Emergency repo operations only appear when the banks have stopped lending to each other, requiring the Fed to step in and fill the overnight liquidity needs. Big banks don't know which institutions are insolvent and which assets are toxic. The system shuts down until QE resumes. Now, this is for all the dead Phase 6 naysayers, and I'm just going to read the summary for you. In summary, the recent events involving major banks like SVB, FRC, and Credit Suisse have led to significant changes in the financial markets. The dramatic drop in the 2-year government bond rate was larger than the one seen during the COVID crisis or the 2007-2008 financial crisis. This has impacted the way financial institutions manage their risk, and we can expect higher collateral requirements for certain financial contracts in the future. These recent events serve as a stark reminder in the importance of trust and stability in the banking sector and the potential consequences when that trust is shaken. As the financial markets continue to adjust to these new realities, it is essential for institutions and regulators alike to take the necessary steps to ensure the soundness of the global financial system. Following that up, Citadel is issuing bonds due 2026, and you can see it right here, Citadel Finance LLC as the issuer. Sales and resales of the 3.375 senior notes due 2026 may only be made in minimum denominations of 1 million to qualified institutional buyers. Now, UBS is the lead underwriter, the Bank of NY Mellon is the paying agent, and the total offering is 600 million worth of bonds. Presumably, the underwriting group is buying these bonds at a small discount but selling them for full value. Touching on that, AMC institutional ownership has increased by a few institutions, but I wanted to take a look at BNY Mellon since we are talking about them, adding 7,148 more shares to their portfolio of AMC. Whether they're lending them out or whether they're long beats me, but this came out March 22nd. What is going on, guys? Audrey Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, make sure to stay till the end of the video and hit the like button if you haven't already. It helps me out tremendously, and also a huge percentage of you guys are not subscribing to the channel, but you keep coming back to my videos. So what are you doing? Smash that subscribe button. Let's get into the video. Also, today I wanted to touch on charts towards the end of the video. Now, the United States is investigating Credit Suisse and UBS for violating Russian sanctions imposed by the US, and Charles Schwab has said that it has sufficient liquidity to cover 100% of the bank deposits in the event of a crisis. Now, every single time somebody says they're strong or they can do this and they can do that, they crumble very, very shortly after. Because why would anybody just come out and show their cards? Who in the right mind, even as a bank, would say out of complete nowhere, I mean, we are basically the strongest. We could cover anything that comes our way. That's something exactly a weak entity would say. Following that up, Dutch Bank stock is down another 11% today, and Dutch Bank is the largest bank in Germany that has deposits over $665 billion. They just came out and basically said the same thing, right? German Chancellor, reacting to the plunge of Dutch Bank, says that Dutch Bank is very profitable and there is absolutely no reason for concern. But you guys let me know what you think about this down below, because the same thing happened with Lehman Brothers, and the same thing has just happened with Silicon Valley Bank and Credit Suisse and so on and so forth. These banks are just crumbling. And if you didn't understand what I said at the beginning of the video about Phase 6 and the margin requirements and the overnight repos, make sure to go watch the beginning of the video again and play it back. On top of that, Dutch Bank credit default swaps are exploding. 525 right here. You see the major spike. We just saw that with Credit Suisse before they started crumbling. And now to touch on some spicy stuff. According to FINRA, today's APE trading volume, total volume 4.8 million, short 1.6, and short exempt 192,000. Of the total shorts, 11.93 were short exempt. The percentage of short exempts has increased in the last 3 days. Why? T+35 from today's date is April 27th, the court date. Now take this with what you will, take this with a grain of salt, but this is INVTH1DD on Twitter. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments down below, but we are not done talking about APE. APE's market cap and AMC's market cap have been getting absolutely fucked up over the past couple of days. I posted a video yesterday talking about on TradingView, the market cap was showing 400 billion for both of them, but they were not the same number. One was, I think, 409, one was 430 or something like that. Well, now you're seeing across different sites free float of APE, 9.349 trillion shares of float. There was not 9.3 trillion shares issued. Now you could assume basically almost 9 trillion shares are synthetic shares if this is not another glitch, right? Of course they're going to say it's another glitch, but the market cap is at 409.32 billion, again being reported across these sites day after day. So when is this glitch, this quote-unquote glitch, going to end? Not only that, but they're reporting a $13.51 trillion market cap. Now, if the market cap was $13.51 trillion on Ape at a 500 million share free float, that would come out to $27,020 a share. That is absolutely nuts. We saw AMC share count for different banks' 13F filings being reported as glitches up to $4,000 a share, and now another glitch, but for Ape at $27,000 a share. You guys let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Are you still holding your Ape? What do you think about these quote-unquote glitches? Now, touching on AMC, Citigroup Inc. ownership in AMC Entertainment Holdings. On February 9th, 2023, Citigroup Inc. filed a 13F form disclosing ownership of 1.39 million shares of AMC, valued at $4.229 million as of December 31st, 2022. The entity previous filed a 13F on November 10th, 2022, disclosing 158,173 shares of AMC. This represents a change in shares of 557% during the quarter. The current value of the position is $4.645 million. Citigroup has a history of taking positions in derivatives of the underlying security in the form of stock options. The firm currently holds call options representing 9.32 million of underlying shares, valued at $37.9 million, and put options representing 22,606 million of underlying shares valued at 92 million. Now, of course, they have to hedge. I wanted to bring this up because in 2008, November of 2008, and this is basically worse from back in 2008 to what's happening now with the overall market, Citigroup urges the SEC to ban short sales again. They were basically begging the SEC to put a short sale ban on financial stocks. And yes, this is the same Citigroup. This is after their shares plunged more than 26%. You're seeing the same exact thing happen across the board, if not at a much worse scale. Now, before we jump into the charts, just a little sprinkle on top. Fed's balance sheet increased by about 100 billion over the last week to $8.73 trillion. This has been going nuts. Touching on AMC's chart, we're trading at $4.42, down 1% on the day. Not enough volume, trading around 4 million right now as I'm making this video, and AMC is kind of just chop trading. Now, these cycles play the exact same way. If I were to time from the peak to where we're trading at now, we are about 24 days in. Now, if I were to grab that amongst any other cycle, grab the peak, go 24 days in or so, you're seeing the same exact chop trading. Essentially, AMC finds new lows. We've talked about this before. I am not ready to load up on calls on AMC just yet because the price, of course, is being controlled, but I'm looking around that April 12th to April 14th date for me to jump in. I think AMC is going to find a low right around that time frame, and I think it's going to get closer to potentially the dismissal of the lawsuit so that AMC can convert and reverse split, and it's going to scare shorts. With that being said, it makes more sense because getting closer to that date, playing through the cycles, they're going to want to close that arbitrage gap with Ape rising and AMC falling so that you don't get a deal on the conversion if that lawsuit does get dismissed. Now, again, they do have something coming up to basically figure out if it has merit or not, if the case has merit or not against AMC, against AMC's board, and if it doesn't, it will most likely get dismissed, so just keep that in mind. Touching on GameStop real quick, we had a nasty pop in the morning, and now GameStop is trading at $23.32 as I'm making this video. GameStop has two of the definition of hammer candles holding on to this support trend line. If GameStop breaks below, you're getting a nasty fill back down to $18.50, all in my opinion, and it is going to be a very, very fast move. However, if GameStop holds, this could be another spring to launch it to the upside. But again, with the SPY dumping, these stocks might have a flash crash before their major peak, before their major rip. That doesn't necessarily need to happen, but keep that in mind. And if you want to know my trades and what I'm jumping into, how I'm playing GameStop, AMC, so on and so forth, just pop in the Discord. The link is under the video. Today, we actually had some fun with the S&P 500. I was in and out a few times along with some other people, and I did scrape some change off of the floor with the SPY. So if you were in there, shout out to you guys. That was fun. It was a little little sketchy, I'm not gonna lie. The SPY is trading at 391.90, got a little bit of a hammer candle right now, but it bounced right off of this trend line right around 389.50, came back up and got a slight rejection right around 393 as well. And the SPY is literally just chop trading today. Got a hammer candle along with GameStop as well. A lot of stocks don't know what to do. A lot of stocks have a gap fill to the downside. A lot of stocks came back up to their most recent high, but it does not look like buyers are in control. If you take a look at the volume down here overall for the S&P 500, it looks like sellers are in control. You had this major gap up on the SPY right here with less volume than the previous day, which made absolutely no sense. So you easily would have saw this major red candle, plus it was touching against this trend line, and in fact got overbought over the trend line, rejected off of 402, dumped back in, got a bounce, and again, sellers were in control the day after with higher volume, and now we are potentially reaching an equal supply and demand zone for the SPY to essentially make its move. Now, we have certainty. We know what the basis point rate hikes got raised by. We know what the Fed's goal is, but we don't know what's going to happen with banks and how it's going to affect the market. You're seeing credit default swaps skyrocket, the US at the debt ceiling, Fed's repos scaling up, so on and so forth, and essentially the economy's not doing good. I still to this day bet that the SPY is going to make a new relative low, and it's going to happen very, very soon. This is my outlook. This is my take on it. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the video or found value out of the video. Make sure to get in the Discord under the video, guys, and get 17 free stocks. You don't get them by just signing up using my link. You have to make a deposit. I'll leave that link, top link under the video for Mumu. And again, my Discord is the Purple Heart Discord server. It is not the Chart Prime, but if you guys would like to download Chart Prime, that link is under there as well. Also, a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Mumu, to close out the video. If you're looking for a free broker to start trading, I have the exact one for you. On top of being free, it has a ton of amazing features, plus you can get up to 17 free stocks using my link and signing up and making a deposit. I'm going to leave that link under the video. I'm going to take AMC for an example since I talk about it a lot on the channel. There's a new industry chain feature that Mumu just added, which allows you to track the supply chain of a company. All you have to do is go to market section and click industrial chain, pick movie, and then you are able to check each step of an industry's supply chain. Now there's a new limited time deal. Once you sign up and deposit $100, you're going to get 2 free AI stocks, which is a hot sector right now. Either ticker symbols AI or BBAI, plus 5 more free stocks. And if you deposit $1,000 or more, you have the opportunity to receive 17 total free stocks. So guys, I'm going to leave that link under the video so you guys can go hit that link, sign up, and make a deposit.